Next month, a so-called Walk for Science will be taking place on Earth Day. It is said to be a reaction to the conservative shift in Washington and to evangelical Bible believers whom they portray as hopelessly hidebound and anti-science. But many now falsely use the banner of science to push various political and ideological causes, ignoring evidence that doesn't support their presupposed point of view. As proof, just look at the climate change data that was suppressed simply because it did not conform to a presupposed and fashionable assumption of a sharply upturning temperature trend line. The scandal that followed pulled back the curtain on two realities of today's pseudoscientific method. First, academic researchers have shown that about 75% of today's so-called scientific studies produce results that cannot be replicated. Now, as any fifth grade science student can tell you, proving something by the scientific method requires repeatability. Yet many of today's scientists ignore this issue because of a second trend identified by academic researchers, something called confirmation bias. Simply put, we find confirmation bias in pseudoscientists who start with a preconceived conclusion and then search for data that supports their presuppositional view, while studiously ignoring data that contradict it. This practice is so widely known that the term confirmation bias has entered into the popular lexicon. But here is the point. Genuine science is a product of the Christian Western civilization. It could not and did not arise in any other milieu. While currently fashionable, though unprovable theories say that our universe is just one of an infinite number that randomly popped into existence, real science still must assume an orderly, rationally designed universe in which physical causes and effects are discoverable and repeatable. One viewpoint upholds that conception that undergirds all of science. It happens to be the Christian viewpoint. Another viewpoint utterly undermines it, the secularist notion that the universe suddenly popped into existence randomly and cataclysmically. Progressives like to pat themselves on the back for believing in quote-unquote science. But it's also progressives who jumped on such now discredited scientific theories as eugenics, socialism, and the inhumanity of the fetus. It's progressives who fought tooth and nail against nuclear power. It's progressives who say that a man who identifies as a woman is a woman, despite all the evidence of biology. Christianity is pro-science. Let's indeed follow the evidence wherever it leads and not force it to conform to whatever is fashionable and politically correct.